हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू आवर चैनल AMIS स्टडी सर्किल। और आप लोग जानते ही हैं कि उत्तराखंड पीसीएस के फॉर्म अभी फिल किए जा रहे हैं। 27 में इज़ द लास्ट डेट, तो समय काफ़ी कम है, तो क्यों ना उसकी प्रैक्टिस फटाफट शुरू कर दी जाए। तो इंग्लिश मीडियम को लेकर काफ़ी डिमांड है कि सर इंग्लिश मीडियम में उत्तराखंड के कंटेंट को प्रोवाइड कीजिए। इन सब चीज़ों को ध्यान में रखकर हम लोग आज से एक सीरीज शुरू कर रहे हैं इंग्लिश मीडियम में। तो वी हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द ज्योग्राफी ऑफ उत्तराखंड इटसेल्फ। So let us deal with the syllabus first of all. And in the geography of Uttarakhand, what we have to learn? So first of all, we need to understand the geographical location of the Uttarakhand, relief and structure, climate, drainage system, that is rivers, the vegetation found in Uttarakhand, wildlife of Uttarakhand, minerals deposits, agriculture, animal husbandry, irrigation projects, major cities and tourist places. Population, schedule caste, schedule tribe, that will be covered in the demography of the Uttarakhand, right? We also have to deal with the transport network of Uttarakhand, power resources and industrial development, natural hazards like flood, earthquake, landslides, land subsidence of Joshimath, something like that, and some other related aspect. So these are the key points of the geography of Uttarakhand, which is given by the syllabus by UKPSC, right? So let us introduce the first thing first. First thing first is what? That Uttarakhand is a Himalayan state, and all the 4 ranges of Himalayas, including Trans Himalayas, passes through Uttarakhand. So this map gives you a clear picture that these mountain ranges passes through how much of distance and covers how many districts as well. So in the northernmost part we have Trans Himalayas, which passes through 3 districts, right? This we have Trans Himalayas. In south we have Greater Himalayas, the tallest peak which represents the tallest peak of the world. To the south we have Lesser Himalayas, and further south we have Shivalik. Along with these mountain ranges, we also have some other landforms like valleys, lakes, some plains also we have in the form of Bhabar, Tarai, Doon, Dwar. Some other features are also included in the physical feature of the Uttarakhand. We must deal with this one by one, right? So this map gives a picture, a rough picture of what? Ranges of Himalayas, right? Now the first thing first again. First of all, we must need to know in physical feature what should we cover. We must cover the mountain system of Uttarakhand, plains, Tarai, Bhabar, Doons and Dwars, drainage system, different type of lakes and its types, glaciers and its importance, and climatic condition of Uttarakhand and vegetation also. So these are the physical features of the Uttarakhand, and we must deal with them one by one. So in today's lecture, we start with the coordinates, and in which part of the world Uttarakhand is located. And for that, we must know the coordinates of the Uttarakhand, that is between which longitude and between which latitude Uttarakhand is located. So before understanding these coordinates, let us deal with this figure. This we have a rough world map, and these lines are called longitude and these parallel lines are called latitude. I think you people are familiar about these coordinates. In case of India, which lies entirely in the northern hemisphere, it stretches between roughly 8 degree to 38 degree in the north, and India at the same time lies extremely in the eastern hemisphere between 68 degree east to 98 degree east. Just like that, we also have Uttarakhand in this part. So let us magnify Uttarakhand in this manner. So these dimensions of Uttarakhand, which we need to remember, right? So Uttarakhand lies between 28 degree 43 minutes from up to 31 degree 27 north, because Uttarakhand also lies in the northern hemisphere, obviously because India lies in the northern hemisphere completely. As far as the longitude is concerned of Uttarakhand, it stretches between 77 degree 34 minutes east up to 81 degree 2 minutes east. So these are the coordinates of Uttarakhand. right? Okay, back to the image. So these are the coordinates. The longitude of Uttarakhand lies between 77, this is not point, this is 77 degree actually, ठीक है, 34 east to 81 2 degree 2 minutes east. Latitude lies between 28 degree to 43 minutes north up to 31 degree 27 minutes north. What about the dimension of the Uttarakhand? From east to west, Uttarakhand stretches for 358 kilometers, and from north to south, it is about only 328 kilometers. It means the east-west expansion of Uttarakhand is more than its north-south extension. And total area of Uttarakhand is 53,483 square kilometer. So with this area, Uttarakhand is 19th largest state of India by size, right? Please have a look of these coordinates again. And remember, Uttarakhand lies in the northern part of India and it is a part of Central Himalayas. Please remember Central Himalayas, right? Now, physiographically, Uttarakhand is divided into following from north to south. जैसा कि अभी हमने देखा भी था. Starting from north, we have Trans Himalayas. To the south of Trans Himalayas, we have Greater Himalayas in this figure also. Lesser Himalayas, Shivalik, Doon, Dwar, Bhabar, Tarai, and plains of Ganges. These are the physiographic division of Uttarakhand. So, Himalayas is one of the important landform and represents the tallest peak of the world. How it was formed actually? It was formed due to the tectonic movement. This figure is very familiar to you, that how India shifting towards north with a rate of 16 centimeter per year और 5 centimeter per year, इन दोनों के बीच में इसका रेट रहा होगा. It shifted towards north and this phenomena took place about 71 million years ago. About 10 million years ago, this Indian plate must have been collided with the Eurasian plate or Tibetan plate at this point. So this point acts like a hinge. So this Indian plate, after colliding this point, must have been form a kind of a curve, and this part of India collided later on. So this fact explains us that why these part of the Himalayas are much higher than these part of the Himalayan regions. These are called what? Purvanchal hills, and they are much, we can say, less taller than these part of the Himalayas. We must understand this concept also in Indian geography, right? So, plate tectonic theory clears the picture of the formation of different kind of mountain formation all around the world, including Himalayas also. Be it Andes of South America, be it Rocky Mountains of North America, Atlas Mountain of northern part of Africa. All these are the fold mountains, and these fold mountains are formed due to what? The collision of two plates. We have different kind of plates. In fact, we have two kind of plates: oceanic plate and continental plate. This is the example of a two continental plates, and the Andes and the formation of Rocky Mountains are the resultant of what? One oceanic plate in the form of Pacific Ocean and one continental plate. So there is a difference between this kind of fold mountain and the Andes kind of fold mountain or Rockies form of fold mountain. In this form of fold mountain, we do not have a scope of what? A scope of volcanic eruption, because both two plates are continental in nature. And in the case of Pacific Ocean plate, Pacific Ocean is much heavier, so it must have been subducted below the continental plate of South America or North America. So there is a scope of what? A scope of emergence of volcanic eruption also. So this is the difference between Himalayan kind of fold mountain and Andes and Rocky kind of fold mountains. So to understand the origin of the Himalayas, we need to understand the plate tectonics. Plate tectonic theory कहती है, about 70 million years ago, Indian plate started moving northwards and Tethys Sea began to contract due to this movement. toward Asian plate. Subduction of Indian plate took place, it must be heavier than that, under Asian plate. And in this way, the Himalayas are formed. A geosyncline was there. Okay, so there was a lot of debris which was brought by the rivers, which was flowing much below the formation of the Himalayas. So some rivers are older than the formation of the Himalayas. This thing is very important, right? So let us deal with the Greater Himalaya itself. Great Himalayas are formed due to the collision of Indian plate and Tibetan plate about 10 million years ago. And the part which passes through Uttarakhand, it appears like this, so scenic, so picturesque. And what a beauty we have, right? Let me magnify it. It looks like this. Fine. And attract various tourists from all around the world. Magnificent. Okay. So in Uttarakhand, the thickness of the Great Himalayas is about 15 to 30 kilometers only. And its average elevation in Uttarakhand we have 4,500 to 717 meters. Now, the most important thing for the examination point of view is that Great Himalayas passes through how many districts? There are 6 in numbers. Uttarkashi, Tehri Garhwal, Rudraprayag, Chamoli, Bageshwar and Pithoragarh. Question can be asked in such manner, in which of the following district Great Himalayas not passes through? Identify that district. So you must remember the name of these 6 districts, that is Uttarkashi, Tehri Garhwal, Rudraprayag, Chamoli, Bageshwar and Pithoragarh, right? So in Uttarakhand we have some of the tallest peak also. First is Nanda Devi. Almost all of the tallest peak lies in the Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. Nanda Devi East, all of them lies in Chamoli district. 7817 meter Nanda Devi, that is west. Nanda Devi East 7434 meters. Badrinath 7140 meters. Badrinath 7140 meter again. Sorry, दो बार आ गया. Kamet 7756 meter. Mana 7272 meters and Chaukhamba 7318 meters. Right. So these are some of the tallest peaks lies in Uttarakhand. Fine. Now we have Lesser Himalayas, lies to the south of the Greater Himalayas and runs parallel to it. And in Uttarakhand it passes through 9 districts. 9 districts of the Uttarakhand. It is also called Himachal or Lower Himalayas. Why Himachal? Him ka Aanchal. That is, the thickness of the snow is not that much. Okay. If we compare it with the Greater Himalayas, it looked like what? There is a snow like what? Like a sheet. So Himachal. Him ka Aanchal, that is Himachal. And the name is also derived, that is Himachal Pradesh. In Uttarakhand, it is about 70 to 100 km wide and elevated up to 1200 to 4500 meters. It means what? In some part of Lesser Himalayas are only 1200 meters and some part extended up to 4500 meters, which is much below than Greater Himalayas. Some of the important ranges of Lesser Himalayas are Pir Panjal, Dhauladhar, Mussoorie, the Nag Tibba and the Mahabharat Lake. These are the important ranges of Lesser Himalayas. So Lesser Himalayas is not a single chain. Okay, it having different ranges also with different names also. While in Uttarakhand we have some more ranges like Dudha Toli, Mukteshwar Dhar, Madranchal, Mussoorie range, and these they are elevated up to 2000 and 2600 meters, which is a part of, it is not 200, sorry, it is 2000 meters, up to 2600 meters in Uttarakhand. And it is a part of Lesser Himalayas, not Shivalik. Runs over a distance of 120 kilometers. Mussoorie, Nainital, Chakratal, Moda and Ranikhet are some of the important hill stations. Lies at an elevation of 1500 to 2000 meter, right? Which make a very human friendly and lot of tourists attracts to the beauty of these Himalayan ranges, right? Pamir of Uttarakhand. What do you understand by the Pamir of Uttarakhand? Dudha Toli series, which stretches between Chamoli and Pauri and Almora, is called the Pamir of Uttarakhand. Please note down. The question may be asked. What do you understand? Yeah, where is the Pamir of Uttarakhand? In which district the Pamir of Uttarakhand lies? So we have three districts: Chamoli, Pauri, and Almora. Lesser Himalayas का part है, and Lesser Himalayas are also rich in various mineral deposits like copper, asbestos, graphite, magnetite, and gypsum, and various other minerals. Right. Now we have Shivalik, which is the southernmost part of the Himalayan range. It comprises the outermost range of the Himalayas, also called as Outer Himalayas, and this chain also runs parallel to the Lesser Himalayas up to 2,400 km from Potwar Plateau, that is in Kashmir, I think, up to the Brahmaputra Valley. Width in Uttarakhand we have, in some part it is about 50 km thick, and in some part we have only 15 km wide. Okay. In Uttarakhand, thickness of this Lesser Himalayas, Shivalik, is about 10 to 20 kilometers. While its western part is more pronounced with 50 km in width. It means what? The western part of the Shivalik is more wider, right? Variation in elevation is there, 700 up to 1200 meters only. It means they are not a much higher peaks. It passes through 7 districts of Uttarakhand, that is southern Dehradun, northern Haridwar, southern Tehri Garhwal, and mid of the Pauri, southern Almora. Mid of Pauri, southern Almora. The Shivalik are formed of what? The great thickness of Neo-Pleistocene sands, which must we have understand this concept. This is talking about the era. Okay, we have era also, the geographical timetable. We should understand this. Okay, gravel and conglomerate which have been brought by the rivers, they are formed between the age of Miocene and lower Pleistocene age. So question for you, in comment box, please give the Miocene and lower Pleistocene age. ठीक है, तो ये क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आ सकता है कि in which of the following age the Shivalik was formed, right? Very correct. Now, today's class is about introduction and what kind of questions are asked by the UKPSC. So I have picked 7 questions from previous years. This is from UKPSC, UKPCS examination, which held latest. This is from geography, okay? The McMahon line demarcates the boundary between which of the following options? No doubt that McMahon lines lies between India and China. But the question is from which state? Sikkim and China? No. Arunachal Pradesh and China? Uttarakhand and China? Himachal Pradesh and China? The answer will be Arunachal Pradesh and China. So this is the standard of the question which is asked by the UKPSC. The shape of atoll is what? Rectangular, rod shaped, horseshoe or ring shaped, or triangular? Again, it is an easy question. Horseshoe or ring shape atoll. रीफ का नाम सुना होगा आपने. मूंगे की चट्टानें अलग अलग प्रकार से बनती हैं. तो मूंगे की चट्टान क्या है? इट इज अ मैरीन इकोसिस्टम. ओके. The bright outer layer of the sun is known as what? Photosphere, ionosphere, mesosphere, sunspots. No. Ionosphere have nothing to do with this. Mesosphere is one of the layer of the earth. Sunspot is other phenomena. The answer shall be photosphere. Right. Epiorogenic forces are result of horizontal earth movement, vertical earth movement, mass movement, or displacement. Very important topic itself, epiorogenic forces. So we have this is an example of vertical earth movement. It is an example of a vertical earth movement. The formation of mountain, the formation of continent, it put under what? Epiorogenic forces, right? Now, question number 5. The landform of Hanging Valley is associated with which of the following geomorphic process? So we have different kind of landforms which are created by various agents like river, wind, glacier. All of them play a very important role in the formation of different landforms. Hanging valleys are an example of what? Glacier. They are formed by glacier because glacier is also capable to erode or deposit the surface. So one of the phenomena is Hanging Valley, which is created by glacier. Sea waves are also able to create different kind of landforms in the coastal regions. Running water are also capable enough to create various landforms like V-shaped valley, I-shaped valley, meandering of the river, formation of the Oxbow Lake, Panay Plains, and delta as well. These are different kind of landforms which are formed by river water. Glacier also form different landforms like hanging valley, U-shaped valley, fjord, escarps, moraines, or all the example of what? Landforms which is created by glacier. Wind also capable enough to form a different landform, but in arid region like desert regions. Mushroom rock is an example of landform created by wind, right? Now we have two questions from Uttarakhand special. Which of the following national park of Uttarakhand has been included in Project Tiger scheme in 2015? तो ये हम जानते हैं कि प्रोजेक्ट टाइगर की शुरुआत हुई तो थी जिम कॉर्बेट पार्क से, बट द क्वेश्चन इज दिस, इन 2015 फ्रॉम विच पार्क दिस टाइगर स्कीम इज स्टार्टेड? तो आंसर हियर इज राजाजी नेशनल पार्क. जल्दीबाजी में जिम कॉर्बेट मत कर दीजिएगा, वैसे प्रीवियस ईयर का क्वेश्चन है, हो सकता आ जाए क्योंकि क्वेश्चन रिपीट होने की प्रवृत्ति यहाँ रही है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, match the hydroelectric projects with the river on which they are constructed. So we have different dam projects in Uttarakhand: Koteshwar, Kulhal, Apoban, Vishnugad and Vishnuprayag. Koteshwar dam is constructed over Bhagirathi. Kulhal परियोजना जो है वो आसन नदी पर है, one and only wetland of Uttarakhand. Tapoban Vishnugad is located over Dhauli river and Vishnuprayag is over Alaknanda. So this kind of question are also asked in match the following manner. So be careful, जल्दीबाजी में ये गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. तो A का हो गया 3, B का हो गया 1, C का हो गया 4. This is the right answer. So in this remaining time period, what is the fastest way to revise all the things? The best way is to go through the PYQ, that is previous year's questions conducted by UKPSC. This year also UKPSC conducted various paper. Most recently ACF paper was held in last Sunday, and the last Sunday we have lower PCS. Both these paper having 100 GK question, that is GS question, and they may serve as the model paper for the upcoming proper या upper PCS examination. UKPSC conducts various examination in which GK is one of the common part. So try to go through these papers which is conducted by UKPSC itself, and believe me, the paper which is conducted by UKPSC serve as the best model paper for the coming examination. So do not believe in other model paper. Your model paper is what? These two papers. To get the recent trend. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि यही क्वेश्चन रिपीट हो जाएंगे, but since if you get, then you are able to clear the examination in a very simple manner. तो जो लोग पहली बार एग्जाम में बैठ रहे हैं उनके लिए थोड़ा सा टफ हो सकता है, लेकिन जो पहले 1-2 बार बैठ चुके हैं उनके लिए बहुत टफ नहीं होगा ये, ठीक है. सो ऑल वी हैव फॉर टुडेज लेक्चर. होपफुली आपको ये पसंद आया होगा. कमेंट बॉक्स में कमेंट भेजिए और इस सीरीज को हम आगे जारी रखेंगे. और कमेंट्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस. ओके, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में. थैंक यू.